Okay, y'all. So the Family Business New Orleans is set to drop January the 23rd, and we got to talk about it. What is up, y'all? What is up? It is your girl, EJ the TV Junkie, back with another family business talk, y'all. This time, we're going to be talking about the highly anticipated spinoff entitled The Family Business New Orleans. Now, The Family Business New Orleans is going to follow another set of Duncans. Big Shirley Duncan, played by Leela Rashawn, as well as Marquis Duncan, played by Brandon T. Jackson. Now, we are going to see some familiar faces like our favorite cousin Curtis, Mr. Ben Stevens. He's going to be coming over. We are also going to see Lauren is going to be coming over. As a matter of fact, that whole little set of Duncans, like Lauren, her father, her brother Kenny, Nene, all of them are actually going to be coming over as well. So we'll definitely get to see a little bit of those guys. I love having familiar faces because it helps to transition into a spinoff like show. So I'm excited for that. Now, guys, y'all know I am a huge fan of The Family Business, and I love Carl Weber and every last single one of his The Family Business books I have read multiple times, and it is no different. You know, your girl has definitely read The Family Business 7 New Orleans, and yes, Audible does count as reading, okay? Audible counts. Don't let nobody tell you different. So, with that being said, we're going to talk a little bit about the premise of The Family Business and what the basis of the story is going to be. And of course, guys, I'm going to be dropping more videos. We're going to get into characters. We're going to get into episodes. We're going to talk about all sorts of stuff because y'all know whenever The Family Business come out, we got to go in and we got to go in hard because we are always going to support and show love to The Family Business. Now, let's get into the premise of the story because once again, we are meeting some brand new Duncans. And if you are not familiar with the book, these Duncans, y'all know nothing about. Trust me, you ain't never heard of them. You ain't never seen them, but they do exist because they exist in the books. If you've read the grand opening, then you were introduced to the fourth brother. There are 4 total brothers. There's Larry, there is Lou, there is LC, and there is another brother by the name of Levi Duncan. In The Family Business New Orleans, we're going to be following Levi Duncan's ex-wife, Big Shirley, and his son, Marquis Duncan. Now, you have actually heard of one of his children way back in season, I don't know if it was the end of season 1 or the beginning of season 2, but remember when Orlando got kidnapped and remember when a Duncan came and, you know, he came to the family. He was the one that liked to swindle the women out of their money. As a matter of fact, this was season 1 because Uncle Lou was still around because Uncle Lou was talking to him. So this was definitely season 1 when Orlando had got kidnapped, and we met a character by the name of Trent Duncan, and he acted like he was Orlando, and he was the one who ended up getting unalived instead. Well, Trent Duncan is Big Shirley Duncan's son, and aka Levi Duncan's son as well. So that's kind of where he comes into play at. I'm so glad that they finally went ahead and tied that up in a little bow because I've been saying that, and I actually did a few videos about it as well, but they actually finally confirm it inside of this book. So there's that. So now we're going to be following Big Shirley as she's transitioned into a whole new point in her life because in the book, we originally meet her. She's at Big Sam. She's she worked at the Woe House and she doing what she had to do. She was one of his bottom bees. But, a situation happens in the book. I don't want to ruin the book for anyone who has not read it, but a situation happens in the book where Big Shirley is able to get out of that situation. And now we are seeing her later in life when she has inherited her family's business and called the Midnight Blues, right? The Midnight Blues is a casino. It is out in New Orleans. And we're also going to meet her brother. Now, her brother's name is Floyd, and he is going to be played by Pooch Hall, aka Ding Dong Derwin. Y'all already know who he is. So, those are going to be some of our main characters. Now, some of our op characters, man, I'm telling you, and I know that it's going to be sad because y'all know I love a good op, and I know that I am going to absolutely love the op in this. It is being played by David Banner, aka his name is Jean LeBlanc in this. And then we also have Saint, we have Prince, we have those are going to be your 3 main ops. Now, Prince is going to be played by Quincy. So this is going to be really, really interesting, y'all, to say the least. I'm excited for it. So we got love interest coming up, I guess if you want to call it that. We got all sorts of stuff that's going to be happening. And if they follow the book, which they typically follow it to a certain extent, of course they're going to bring in some things and do some things different because they don't want us to know everything that's going to happen. But they follow it close enough that we're able to get a really good basis of what's happening and what's going down. So I'm hoping that they definitely keep the love interest in here because I love, and I love the fact that we're going to see some of our favorites, like Lauren, for instance, possibly getting a love interest. And then Curtis, I don't know what his is. I don't want to call it a love interest. It's a situationship. And y'all know Curtis is good for a situationship. So that's what I'm calling it. But I feel like this is going to be really, really good. I'm excited for it. And yes, I am hyping it up all the way because I feel like it is going to be just as good as the family business. The original is probably, always going to be at the top, but I feel like we are going to be right there. And I feel like we're all going to be just as excited to see these characters and grow with these characters as we did with the original, the family business characters. So I cannot wait, y'all. So anyway, moving forward, when the nightclub has like a lot of people who come in, right? We have we have high stakes room. We have all sorts of stuff to be going down in the club. I mean, it's a Duncan business after all. Even though Big Shirley be trying to act all hostility and stuff like that, acting like she ain't never been in the Woe House, acting like she, ain't like her other Duncan family. I mean, it still is what it is. It's a Duncan business. So y'all know how I go down. But anyway, one of the people who frequent there a lot is going to be unalived. His name is Pierre, and he just happens to be the brother of one of the biggest bosses in New Orleans, one who don't play no games, and one that Big Shirley just don't want the smoke with. She don't want her son to have to deal with him. She ain't trying to deal with him, none of that stuff. So when his brother is unalive there, they got to act fast and they got to get that body up out of there because they can't have no trace. They can't link to them. Now keep in mind, they had nothing to do with it. Nobody actually knows who unalived him that night. It's not in the books, and I don't know if they're going to bring it out in a television show either. It'll be interesting if they do, though, because I mean, I'm like, who in the world did it? But anywho, they end up moving the body and dropping it off in the lake or the swamp rather, because it's New Orleans and the Gators get it and all that stuff, but pretty much far away from their club. Now, Big Shirley is going to be a little fearful. She doesn't want her son Marquis to be caught up in this. She wants to kind of see what's going on. She wants to kind of get a feel for everything. So she's going to send him over to Houston to kind of lay low. But instead, Marquis is a Duncan. And y'all know how these Duncans get down. Marquis instead goes to his Duncan family in New York, to his cousins out there. And he lets them know what's going on. Now, we already know that the Duncans got their own situations going on right now. Our New York Duncans is going through it because Junior is out here running a whole muck, acting a whole fool. So they got their stuff going on. So LC is not going to be there, but we already know that Vegas is going to be there because why not? And Vegas is going to end up sending Curtis and Lauren to go back with Marquis so that they can help him out. He's also going to send DJ, and of course, since her kids are going out there, Nene's going to go out there as well. So that's kind of how everybody goes. Now, I don't know if they're going to do the same thing inside of the television show and send DJ with them as well, but that would be dope if they do. That way we definitely have a lot of people that we are familiar with that's kind of coming into this whole New Orleans situation. So I'm excited for that, but that's kind of the basis of it, y'all. He brings them back, and just so y'all know, Big Shirley Duncan cannot stand LC and Chippy. So for all those Chippy and LC haters out there, y'all got another one, because Big Shirley don't like them, not one single bit. And we'll jump into a little bit more about her character and just the whole character in a whole, and kind of starting back from the grand opening and then kind of moving forward into this new situation. We'll do that in another video, but just know she was not with the shenanigans. She did not want them to know about it. She don't want no help from them. She don't like them, none of that. So there's that. There are a ton of other side stories going on as well. There are a ton of relationships. being built. There's just a lot going on. So anyway, y'all, that is what's up with the premises and the basis of the family business New Orleans, y'all. I'm so excited. If you have read the book, let me know what character you are most excited to see come to life. If you have not read the book, let me know what you're excited to see about this new spinoff show. And are you even here for it? Go ahead and get the conversation started down below, guys. Meanwhile, if you like this video, make sure to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to your girl channel. Turn on your notifications because I'm going to be dropping a whole lot of the family business NOLA content and you don't want to miss it. So anyway, guys, once again, Happy New Year. I hope everybody had a safe and beautiful holiday, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.